Good evening, students, and I welcome you. What we have started, student, last time we have told you the S block elements. What are S block elements? The last electron is entering into the S subshell. Is it true? And we have shown you that in the S orbital, student, how many electrons maximum we can put two electrons. So you have two groups, group one and group two students. And the outermost valence shell electron configuration can be represented by ns1, ns2, right? So the alkali metals, they were called alkali metals because when they reacted with water, they formed highly alkaline solutions, hydroxides. So they were alkali metals. And their lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Student, this was highly radioactive. Francium is a radioactive element and half-life of, you already know about the francium. So the study is difficult because it 2223 has a half-life of about 21 minutes. Half-life 21 minutes, students. 223 francium. And we have told you some important properties like these are some of the alkali metals which you see, students, and their abundances and the ores from which electronic configurations were discussed. As you can see, the last electron is at the s orbital, second period 2s1, third period 3s1. This is the fourth period. Important point. For example, if you see the sodium, student, sodium is in which period? Third period. Third period, is it right?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the last one? 3s1. And after 3s1, you write 2p6, 2s2, and then 1s2. So the atomic number is 11. Then how many electrons? 6, 10, 11. Is it okay? Now you can see that this is completely filled, student. So what we said, we can write it like this. This is neon, inert gas, and 3s1. So this is noble gas configuration, student. That is why they readily lose one electron. So plus one mean Na plus will be highly stable because it will be having in noble gas configuration. Is it right? 3s1, 3s0. So they have become noble gas after losing one electron. They are highly reactive. As you have seen, they will immediately lose one electron. That is why they are highly metallic.
Sir, can you repeat from 3S1? My network got disconnected.
I said कि sodium, when you want to write the electron configuration of sodium, you can see 1s 3 as third period. It is from the third period means 3s1 is the last shell, n equal to 3.
Yes, sir.
And then you fill the electrons in the inner shells. You know, before we have already shown you the scheme of writing the electron distribution. You start from 1s, 1k shell, n equal to
Yes,
1,
sir.
n equal to 2. So this is n equal to 1, n equal to 2, k shell, l, and that is the m shell. So this whole is nothing but neon, which is a noble gas configuration. We can express the electron configuration like this also. Clear? We told you last time also. So they are having one electron in the outermost shell, students, valence shell. They will readily lose one electron to form a noble gas element configuration. Therefore, these are highly reactive. Highly reactive, you said. These alkali metal students are highly reactive. Are highly reactive students. They are electropositive
Oh, I have notebook.
because they readily lose one electron, students. They will readily lose one electron. And we have told you their the atomic sizes are large, student. In a period, they have large size. And also we have told you their ionization enthalpy. First ionization enthalpy, there is a low, student, because ionization enthalpies are inversely proportional to atomic radius. Clear? This information is already available to us. Larger the size, farther is the electron away from the nucleus, students, and therefore their ionization energies are low. Because ionization and less energy is required to remove the electron, they will readily lose electron. they will immediately react with air, they will immediately react with water, student, and will catch fire in the atmosphere. They are so reactive, not kept in the air or water. Kerosene oil. Sodium is kept in kerosene oil because it will immediately catch fire. So all this information is there. If I write the
Sir,
electron configuration
sir,
of
one question.
potassium is in which period, students? Fourth period.
Yes, sir. I want to ask,
Fourth period means
since,
4s1
yes, sir. I
and
wanted to ask something.
yes,
You said Na is in period 3, right?
yes,
So the last shell is 3s.
yes,
How will you? So you found that the last shell will be 3s1.
because the
What
period
if?
is 3, n equal to 3.
Yeah. So if you have a element that has the period of 3, how will you know how many electrons are in that last shell?
Last shell, if I know that it is an alkali metal, student, this is a group 1 element I am talking about. You have to give the atomic
So
number.
how will you know
Atomic
if
number
it
of
is?
sodium is 11.
How will you know if it is
Atomic
3s2 or
number of sodium
3s1?
is 11, student. Then how will I complete the 11th atomic number? If it is atomic number is given something else 17, then it cannot be in the group 1. 17 means 17 minus 10, 7 in the outermost shell. Atomic number 11 means 11 minus 10, student. 1 electron is there in the outer shell, valence shell. Did I not tell you in the periodic table? Outermost valence shell will have 1 electron. When I discuss the periodic table, student, this is atomic number. This is what group is it? It is group 1. Group 1, there's no need of this. Group 1, I am saying, okay, put it like this. Group 1 element, when it is a group 1 element, student, tell me. And period 3, I am saying group 1. Period 3, student. What will be the story? Group 1 element means it will have 1 electron in the valence shell. Right? And period 3 means the last n equal to 3. So it has to be 1 electron. Where it 1 electron will go in group 1, student? Tell me. Only 1 electron you have to put in n equal to 3. What will be that? There is only 1 electron. So that has to be in 3s1. And then I fill up the inner shells. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Alkali metal belong to which group, student? 1. 1 means how many valence shell electrons? 1. And if period is 3, the last shell is n equal to 3. So which will be the orbital in which electron will go? Only 1 electron is there. Then it has to go in the first 3s1. If I will write what I want to, why I wrote this, student, for sodium, the electron configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, student. This is 11. For potassium, the atomic number is 19. And this is my third period. And this is an element of the fourth period. So what do you write? The configuration of this 4s1. 4s1, then what will be this? 4p6. 4p6 will be there. Before 4p, student, what will be there? So what will be there? Not 4p, 3p. Let me make it, student. There is an orbital of 3p6, student. So after this 3p6, the next will be 3s2, student. And after 3s2, what you have? 2p6, 2s2, and 1s2. That is the that is the electron configuration of potassium. Is it right or wrong? Tell me. Is it right? How many are there? 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 12, 18. What is 18? This, what is 18? This is a noble gas, student. Here I wrote neon 10, 3s1. And what will be this? 18 argon 4s1. Is it right or wrong? Tell me, students. Did I write right or wrong? Is it okay? Any problem here
Yes, sir. You're right.
in the electron distribution? Why I am writing this? There is a reason for this. See that when I will see the density student, when I was showing the trends in the density students, as you go from lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, what happens? Density increases. Density increases students. Why? Because the mass increases, density is mass per unit volume. Mass increases more
Yes, sir.
than the volume, therefore the density increases. Is it okay? Yes or no? Tell me first. If you have any doubt, tell me. The density increases. So, but we told you there is a one difficulty here, one exception here. The density of potassium should be more than sodium, but density of potassium is less than density of sodium. Student, density we have shown you last time. Density of Ka is less than that of sodium. The question was why? What is the reason, student, that here exception was there? So the density order, what is the density order, student? Question has been asked in the paper. Density order has been asked. If I see the density, student, which has the largest density will be the last one. Which is that one? Largest density will be where you are saying cesium. Cesium is less than, students, rubidium. Rubidium. Then the density of rubidium. After rubidium, students, what you have? What do you have here? See, after rubidium, you have potassium. It should be potassium, but this is not correct. The density of potassium is less than sodium. Sodium, then potassium, student, then lithium. This is the correct order. We have to answer this question why this is the order, student. Question is why the density of potassium is less than sodium. What answer you gave last time, student? This is an important question, student, when we discuss the density. What is the reason for this, students? You see the electron distribution of,
The reason why sodium has bigger density than potassium.
yes. What is the reason? Tell me, it told you last time. Actually, the density increases down the group. So potassium should have more density
The
than sodium
potassium,
because the mass of potassium is more, but still this exception is there. What was the reason for that? We told you the reason. The reason was told, student. This is an exception here. That will become a question in the paper. The reason lies in the electron distribution. Why I wrote here, student.
so because the increase in cell size outweighs the pull of the core.
The what happens, student? Density is mass per unit volume, and the you can see the volume of potassium becomes more than that of sodium. What I'm trying to say, student. The reason which we told you, this we already know. We said that the volume of potassium becomes more than volume of sodium. Why? Why it becomes more? Because in the electron configuration, what we wrote just now, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, and 4s1. This is the potassium. But there is one inner 3D subshell, student, which is vacant. 3D 0. There is nothing in 3D in the case of the potassium because this is the third shell. In the third shell, in the third shell, student, the 3D subshell is vacant in the case of potassium. So that vacant is the reason that the volume of potassium becomes more than sodium. Because the electron configuration of sodium is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. This is filled completely. This is the first shell. This is the second shell. These are filled completely, and there is no vacant subshell in this case. No vacant subshell, and that makes all the difference. That is why, student, the volume of potassium becomes more than sodium, and therefore the density of potassium becomes less than sodium. Student, important question. I hope you have noted down. If you will see the table, you will find this. These are the ionization energies. We told you very clearly that ionization energy, student, is inversely.
Yes, sir. Can you scroll up? I was still writing something.
Okay. Atomic size. Okay. All right. Note down. This is a very important question, student.
Okay, sir. I wrote it.
As you go down the group, what is happening to ionization energy? Ionization energies are decreasing down the group, student, because the sizes are increasing. Ionization energy inversely proportional to atomic size. So with increase in atomic number, as you go down the group, there's decreasing ionization energy, decreasing, student, down the group. Clear? 520 to 380 kilojoules per mole. You have already noted this, okay? And when we discuss the hydration enthalpy, what is hydration enthalpy? The energy released, student, when ions from gas state goes to the water and they get hydrated. The smaller the ion, higher the charge, smaller the ion, the higher is the hydration enthalpy. Therefore, the order of hydration enthalpy was, student, order of hydration enthalpy is very clear. Lithium plus has the largest hydration enthalpy, sodium, potassium plus rubidium plus. This is the order of the hydration enthalpy because this has the smallest size. Lithium plus is the smallest size, student. Smallest ionic radii. So hydration enthalpy depends on factors on which the hydration enthalpy depends, student. High charge and smaller size of the cation. Or in other words, what we call as a charge density. Charge density should be high. What is charge density? Charge by surface area. Higher that value, the higher will be the hydration enthalpy. Clear? So the highest tendency for hydration is lithium, so much so that lithium salts are hydrated. Lithium exists in this hydrated forms. The lithium salts are hydrated. Lithium salts are mostly hydrated. Hydrated salts formed by lithium because of the high hydration enthalpy of the lithium. So smaller size, high hydration and high lattice enthalpy will be there for lithium, students. That will become important in its properties. Okay, we proceed further, students. So here is the atomic radius. As you go down the group, atomic radius increases. Ionic radius is always less than the atomic radius. Melting points, as you go down, you can see that melting points are decreasing because the metallic bond decreases. The strength of the metallic bond decreases with increase in size of the cation, student. It depends on the strength of the metallic bond. And with increase in size, the strength of the metallic bond increases. Therefore, melting point is decreasing, boiling point is decreasing. Melting point, boiling point decreases in general from top to the bottom, student. And ionization energy, we already. Electronegativity, they are the least electronegative element. They are electropositive, they are metallic, they lose their electron, student. And down the group, it will decrease. Density, we have explained, the only exception is this one. But sodium, this is the what we have explained, student. The density of potassium should be more, but it becomes less because the volume of the potassium becomes more. These are the standard electrode potential values. E naught value, student. E naught values means M. These values are negative because they are strong reducing agents, students. They are strong reducing agents. And lithium plus, you can see to lithium, the E naught value is minus 3.04. So this is the strongest reducing agent. The reason is the E naught values depend on what factors? Electrode potential value, student. What are the factors on which it depends, students? There are three factors. One is you have studied in earlier course also 11, the metal atomization enthalpy, student. This is called atomization enthalpy. This is our delta AH. This is positive. And then what happens in the second step? Ionization enthalpy. These are ionized delta IH. That is also positive. And after that, what happens? The third is these ion plus ion, student, they are hydrated plus water, students. What happens? M plus aqueous delta hydration enthalpy. This value is negative. So lithium is for lithium, what happens, student? Ionization energy is high, atomization, but for lithium plus ion, student, the delta hydration enthalpy is highest. Because of its small size, it is highly hydrated, student. Therefore, because of high hydration enthalpy, how much? Minus 506 kilojoules per mole. You can see that. So because of the large hydration enthalpy of lithium, the lithium E naught value is the most negative. E naught value for lithium is minus 3.04, some maximum negative. More negative means more stronger reducing agent. Then it becomes a strongest reducing agent, students, in aqueous, in water. Clear? Similarly, it will have a very high lattice energy, student, because of the small size. So note down everything. They are important points, student. All are negative, so they are all good reducing agent. They will readily give electrons, student, give electrons. Therefore, they are reducing agent because they are losing electrons easily. One electron is there in the valence shell, it will be lost. They will get a stable noble gas. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I proceed further? Or you are noting down anything?
Yes, sir. I'm noting down. Sir.
Okay, note down every point. Every point is important, student. Very, very important questions are coming.
This is a periodic table only, right?
Where is the periodic table? These are the physical properties of group 1 elements.
It is on the chapter of periodic table, right?
Yes. We have S block elements of alkali metals and halogens. These are the alkali metals.
So physical properties of group 1 elements.
Yes. Alkali metals. Physical properties. Alkali metals, students. Group 1.
Written, sir.
Okay. Therefore, we say that alkali metals are very soft, readily fused. They are highly malleable, ductile. They have a bright luster. Their densities are quite low. They are soft, student. Even sodium can be cut with a knife. They are quite soft because the metallic bonding is weak. Soft, student, low melting points and low boiling points, students, because the metallic bond is weak, student, because they lose only one electron, student. They have only one electrons because in the valence shell there is only one electron in the s-short shell. Therefore, their melting boiling points are less, and as we move down the group, the melting point will decrease, student, and they have low ionization energy. They are all metallic, electropositive, and very, very strong metals. You know about this. And what is the photoelectric effect? We have told you, student, when light energy will fall on them, they will emit and there is a loss of electron because there is a loosely bound electron, student. So they can produce electricity when you will pass light energy, and they are used as photoelectric cells. Cesium has been used for that purpose. The most important property is coming, student. Alkali metal salts impart color to the flame. Flame tests are used, student, for detection of these metal ions. Flame test for detection of metal ions, students. If you take their salts, students, and heat on a oxidizing flame, burner flame, what happens? Oxidizing flame, burner flame, what happens, student? They impart characteristic colors. As you can see, lithium is lithium salts, student, lithium salts. What is the color of this? Crimson red. Lithium salts give crimson red color in the oxidizing flame, student. Oxidizing flame. Bunsen burner you have seen in the
Yes,
chemistry
sir.
lab. You heat them, oxidizing flame, lithium chloride, you will get crimson red color. Sodium, if I take sodium chloride, student, and heat it, what color you are getting? Yellow. And lithium, crimson red, sodium, yellow, potassium, salts are giving violet color. Violet color. Can you see this? Violet, yellow, crimson. Rubidium, red, violet, cesium, blue color. These are the wavelengths of the light. Why the color comes, students? Color is due to excitation of electrons. The outer electrons are excited when they absorb a radiation, students. The result of which will be this: when they will fall back, students, they will emit radiations of definite wavelengths, definite frequencies. So color is because they have electrons, student, which are loosely bound. They will be excited to higher energy states, and electrons live in excited state only for a very short period of time, 10⁻⁸ they will come back and emit the radiation, student, and will impart color. So colors are important. They are used for the detection of these elements, students. So what is the color of lithium? Crimson red. Sodium yellow, potassium violet, rubidium violet, and blue. But you see, sodium chloride, if I say this is colorless, the salts are colorless, students. Why? But there is a flame test you are saying. In the salt, you have sodium ion and chloride. And when I have sodium ion, student, there is no electron in the S subshell. It does not have any electron in the S subshell. You know about it. It is a lost one electron. Sodium, when sodium forms sodium plus. Similarly, any metal will form M plus. What will happen if I say it's a gas? What will happen, student? There is no electron in the S subshell. No electron in the NS0. It becomes NS0. Therefore, they will be colorless. They will be colorless, students. But we are getting flame, student. What happens then? Because as soon as you heat them in the oxidizing flame, the sodium plus becomes sodium. They gain one electron from the oxygen, student, there. And then these electrons are excited to the higher energy states, and then they return back, they impart color, students. The color then is due to the excitation of color then is due to excitation of outermost valence electron, student. And when they are excited, these are excited, and when excited electrons return back, student, excited electrons return back, what will happen? They will emit radiations in the visible part of the region. And that is the reason you see different colors for different elements. Is a very important point. Very important point, student. because they can easily lose one electron by the light energy, student. Whenever energy will be there, they will lose an electron, students. Cesium and potassium, even cesium and potassium makes useful electrodes. Useful electrodes, students, in student photoelectric cells. Photoelectric cells. Why? Why? Because they can easily lose one electron, student. Ionization energies are very low. Noted down all these points. Okay. Very important question is coming from this flame test. Now let us go to the chemical reactivities or chemical properties of this. Chemical properties, students. I told you that they are highly electropositive, student. They easily lose one electron to form M plus. So their ionization energies are low. They have low ionization energy, student. Therefore, they will readily lose an electron. They will readily lose an electron, students. And the result is that they are highly reactive and they will react with air. They readily react with air, students. What you have in the air? You have oxygen gas, you have nitrogen gas, student, in the air. So what will they form, student? They will tarnish in dry air. They tarnish in dry air, students. So what they will form? Their oxides. They form oxide, students. Now what oxides are being formed? For example, student, as you can see, lithium. If I react with the oxygen of the air, it will immediately react to form lithium oxide, student. Li2O. Li2 means you have 4L and I2, Li2O, student. This is an oxide. What is an oxide? You can see what is the charge on this. This is lithium plus. This is O2 minus. What is O2 minus? Is an oxide ion, student. What is an oxide? You know what is the oxygen? Oxygen is, we have just seen oxygen. What is the atomic number of oxygen? Oxygen is 8. So 2, 6, oxygen has 6 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 6 electrons, you can see. And when it gains 2 electrons, this is your oxide ion, 2 minus. So oxide ion has got 2 electrons. You are aware of it, student, that O2 is having paramagnetic. It has 2 unpaired electrons. It has 2 unpaired electrons, student. As you learned in molecular orbital theory, student, O2 is paramagnetic. It has 2 unpaired electrons. So lithium is forming oxide. Lithium is forming oxide, students. And when you react sodium, you find what? Sodium is forming peroxide. What is a peroxide, student? Peroxide. If you have sodium plus O2, student, you are getting Na2O2. What is this? This is called sodium peroxide. What is peroxide? This was an oxide. What is peroxide, student? It has 2 oxygen. You can see there are 2 oxygens, O2. And what is the charge on the peroxide ion, student? 2 minus. What is the structure of this? Oxygen, there are 6 electrons in the outermost, 2 oxygen, 6, 12. And 2 minus charge, 14 electrons. How will you write? Peroxide. Okay, let me draw the Lewis structure for this peroxide, student. It looks something like this. Oh, how many 2 are gone? So you have 12. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. So there's 1, 1, 1. This is the structure of the peroxide ion, 2 negative charge. So you can see as the size of the cation increases, they will be stabilizing with larger size anions. This size of anion is large. This is my peroxide. This you also see in hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, students. So you have oxide. Here the oxidation state of metal is always +1. Here sodium is in +1 student. Oxidation state of sodium is +1, and this is my oxygen. Oxygen, you can see -1 and -1. So there are two oxygens. So the two oxygen atoms, this is -1, this is -1. Oxidation state. And the bigger ones, as you can see, which are the bigger ones, student? Potassium, rubidium, cesium are larger in size. They are larger in size. Which one? Potassium, rubidium, and cesium. They are larger in size. And what they are forming? Potassium, rubidium, cesium are larger in size, student. They form superoxides. What are the superoxides? As you can see, KO2, RVO2, students, SCzO2. These are superoxide. What will be the charge on this? Potassium is always +1, then O2 -1 charge. Rubidium is +1, student, O2 minus. Cesium is always +1, O2 minus. Oxidation state of alkali metal is always +1, not changing. Therefore, two oxygen atoms means -1. Two oxygens are -1, student, here. And what is the oxidation state of each one? -1/2. So here oxygen is in -1/2 oxidation state. Here oxygen is in -1 oxidation state. Here oxidation state is -2, -2, -1, and -1. So these are called superoxides, student. And it has only one charge. So what will be the structure of superoxide? How many electrons are there in the superoxide? Oxygen is 6, 2 oxygen, 12, and then 1 electron is gained, student. 2, it is O2 minus, then 1, 13 electrons. So 13 means, what do you will say, student? You have 2, 4, 6, 8. So there is an odd electron, student. There is one odd electron here. 13 electrons, 6, and 2, 8, 5, 13. So this will be paramagnetic, student. The superoxides will be paramagnetic. There is unpaired electron. Oxides have get 2 electrons. Oxygen is paramagnetic. And also this will also be having one unpaired electron. This will be also paramagnetic for oxide. And oxides will be diamagnetic. So you can see that the interesting thing, the increasing stability of peroxide as the size of metal ion increases. What we want to say, student? Lithium doesn't form peroxide or superoxide because the size of lithium is very small. But as the size of the oxide ion is increasing, student, as the size of the anion is increasing, so the size of cation increases, it stabilizes with the larger anion. So simple thing we are saying, larger cation stabilizes with larger anion, students. Due to lattice enthalpy, student. So lattice enthalpy, larger cation, larger anion will have more lattice enthalpy, so it will stabilize. Therefore, the larger cations form superoxides, and lithium does not form superoxides because the size of lithium ion is very, very small. This is very important, very, very important point, student. Note down. Formation of oxides. Reaction with oxygen is very important. One more interesting thing is that in the air, student, you also have nitrogen gas. Do you have? Yes or no? Tell me. Air has nitrogen. And in this, student, what we find that lithium reacts with nitrogen to form lithium nitride. Lithium is the only metal, student, only alkali metal which reacts with nitrogen to form nitride, students. Very important. What are nitrides? Are N3 minus. And lithium is Li plus. So what will be the formula? It will be Li3n student. Li3n. So question will be there in the paper, student. Why lithium forms nitride? Others don't. Can you tell me what could be the reason for this? Lithium reacts with nitrogen, student, to form lithium nitride. Lithium nitride. What is the reason? Why? Can you tell me? Others are not forming nitrides, only lithium forms nitride. What is the reason for the students?
Well, wait, I'm thinking.
Lithium combines directly with nitrogen to form lithium nitride. Others do not.
What?
What is the reason? Due to high lattice enthalpy, due to high lattice enthalpy of lithium nitride, student, high lattice enthalpy. Because the size of lithium is very small and formation of nitride will require a lot of energy, Where will that energy comes from? That energy comes from lattice energy, student, lattice enthalpy. Due to very, very small size of lithium, it has very high lattice enthalpy. The lattice enthalpy of lithium nitride is very high. Hence, it forms and compensates or provides the energy which is required for the formation of nitride ion. N3 minus will require a lot of energy to be formed. Who will provide? The lattice enthalpy of lithium nitride. Got it? Noted? What I am saying? This point. Lithium nitride is formed because of the high lattice enthalpy of lithium nitride. Student, because lithium is very small in size. Point to be noted. Question was there in the paper. Question was there in the paper. Noted? Have you noted everything? Lithium does not form superoxide or peroxide, but others are forming because they are larger cations. Larger size cations will stabilize with larger anion, students. Small cation cannot stable with large anion. That will be unstable. So larger cation stabilizes with larger anion due to the lattice enthalpy. These are called lattice energy effects. Lattice energy effects, students. Larger cation due to lattice energy. Important points to be noted, students. Next. These alkali metals will readily react with water, student. Okay? So, because of the high reactivity towards water, these are highly reactive. You have seen these alkali metals are highly reactive. They are readily reacting with air. Highly reactive, students. So they are stored in kerosene oil. They are not stored in air or water. They will catch fire. They will react. So kerosene oil, you know what is kerosene oil, students? Mitti ka tel, they are put there. Otherwise, in air and water, they will
Sir,
react.
can you repeat where you started from, because my network got disconnected.
What do you want me to repeat? Reaction of lithium?
Yeah.
Okay. What I told you, students, here, very simple thing. Lithium is small in size. It forms oxide. Sodium larger, it forms peroxide, and bigger cations form superoxides. I have shown the structures of these also. So we are saying larger cation stabilizes with larger anion due to lattice enthalpy, students. And further, we have seen that these are larger in size. They are forming superoxides. Superoxide. We have shown the structures of these also. And lithium is the only element which directly reacts with nitrogen to form lithium nitride, this lithium nitride. Because the lattice enthalpy of lithium nitride is very large due to small size of the lithium. Here, lattice energy is very important, students. That is what we are telling. You will also get a recorded video. If you have missed anything, you can see that. Recorded video will be provided to you, student, in the YouTube channel. You can see whatever has been missed, you can easily see that. Now we are talking of their reaction towards water, student. The alkali metals react with water to form hydroxides. Alkali metals are highly reactive. They cannot be stored in air or in water. They will immediately react. They will catch fire. So they are kept in kerosene oil, because of their high reactivity in air and water. Highly reactive in air and water, students. They are stored in kerosene oil. Kerosene oil. They are kept in the kerosene oil. And even lithium will float on that, because the density of lithium is less than water. So they will use some wax. In the wax, they will put the lithium and put in the kerosene oil so that it sinks, because they are going to be very, very reactive metals, students. So what happens to them, students? Alkali metals react with water immediately to form hydroxides. These alkali metals are very reactive and they will react with. So what will happen? Alkali metal, if you take alkali metal, student, sodium, if you react with water, what will happen? It will form Na plus, that means NaOH, and hydrogen gas will be liberated. And you know, hydrogen gas is inflammable, student. It will explode. It will explode, student. Explosive reaction. Hydrogen gas is inflammable. Therefore, the reaction with water is vigorous, student. This is very vigorous reaction, student. And they can explode, student. Explosive reaction. Explosive reaction, student. So they have very large E negative values. Large. Therefore, they will immediately react with water. But lithium has less negative E naught value. Lithium reacts less vigorously, students, with water. Why? Because we have already told you, student, that lithium will react less vigorously. It has less negative E naught value. Lithium has most negative. Other lithium has, student, most negative E naught values. E naught value due to student high hydration, due to small size, high hydration enthalpy. High hydration enthalpy, student. So behavioral. So lithium reaction with water is less vigorous than sodium, which has the least negative value. This is due to small size, high hydration, and high ionization enthalpy of lithium, students. Small size, hydration. Other metals react explosively. They all react explosively with water. And also, if you will take their oxides, students, metal oxides, they will also react with water, student. And what you will get is 2M and OH minus. Hydroxides will be formed, student. Because what you have here, in this case, you have H plus and OH minus here. And here you have 2M plus and O2 minus. So what will happen, student? This will form OH minus and this will form M plus. So hydroxides will be formed, students, but they are forming hydroxides in the water. So that is why they are highly alkaline. We told you about them. Alkaline, student. They are alkalis. They are alkali, student. Important point, student. Further, they will react with dihydrogen to form. They react with dihydrogen, students, to form metal. They react with hydrogen to form 2MH. Student, these are hydrides. What are hydrides, student? These are examples of ionic hydrides, where these are metals lose electron and hydrogen gains an electron. They are ionic hydride, students, will be formed. But lithium, for lithium, it is difficult because of the small size of lithium, due to small size of lithium high ionization enthalpy. So others will react at 673 Kelvin. Therefore, if you want to react with lithium, student, you will need high temperature, 1073 Kelvin. That is a high temperature will be required, student, to form lithium hydride. So you can see that lithium is behaving exceptionally different due to small size of the lithium, student. And all the alkali metal hydrides are ionic solids. These are ionic solids, and they have high melting points. What do they have? High melting points. Student, ionic solids with high melting points. Similarly, students, the reactivity with halogen, student, they will react with halogens, metals plus halogen, student. X could be FClBr, student. What will happen? And they will form halogens M plus and X minus, Cl minus, like this. They will form halides, student. They are ionic halides. Ionic halides. If I use Cl2, then you will get this 2M plus Cl minus. They are ionic halides, student. So what happens, student? These are ionic except lithium halide, student. Lithium halide. What happens? Lithium halides are having some covalent nature, student. The lithium halides are covalent, somewhat covalent. Why lithium halides are covalent, student? Because of the small size of Li plus, student. It has high polarizing power, high polarization of the anion. The anions will be polarized, which you have studied in 11th class also, Fajans rule. Smaller cation, larger anion, what happens? Smaller cation, high charge, or charge by density high. Larger anion, what is the result of that, student? High polarization. High polarization of the anion by the cation, and therefore more covalent character. More covalent character will be there, students. Among them, since anions are large, student, size can be distorted. So lithium iodide is the most covalent. I minus is very large. And lithium plus is very small, student. So polarization will be maximum in this case. Smaller the higher the charge by radius ratio, higher the charge by surface area, or in other words, I can say more the charge density, smaller the ion, more the charge, larger the anion, greater is the polarization as given by the Fajans rule. So more will be the covalent character, students. More will be the covalent character. Therefore, students, these are some of the reactions of the alkali metals, and we will continue more reactions in our next lecture. Therefore, we will meet you in the next class. Thank you very much. Good night. I will meet you in the next class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.